Jessica Jones episode 6, aka You're a Winner. This episode, finally they did it. It was like, ever since it was revealed, it's like, this secret is going to come out. Jessica's going to have to tell Luke what she did. And by the end of this episode, we definitely get that. And this is an amazing, I really enjoyed this episode because it had a lot of specific moments that I really, really loved. One, just to get like, honestly, this is like the most simple one that I really love, but it was the fight scene. It's always really fun to watch that. I really like the first time they sort of get into an argument with the loan shark guy, and they're just talking, and it's like two guys next to him, and Jessica just sees that this dude's just standing there, and she's like, "Are you watching me?" And it's like it instantly turns into an issue, and I just thought it was funny how they were like in the middle of the conversation, and she just looks, and this guy's just standing there. Instant issue and reaction, so I love that scene. But the fight scene inside of like the plant house was definitely pretty cool. And then, there were a couple of moments with Kilgrave that were really awesome. The scene where he was in the restaurant was so creepy to me after he told everyone to shut up. Because like it was really simple. It was like he wanted everyone to be quiet, but when he does it, it's just so menacing. It's just like everyone's just talking and stuff. He's like, "Everyone be quiet." And it's just dead silence, and he's just going through looking at these houses like it's nothing. And it was just like, this is really creepy. Like everyone's just dead silent now, and it was just really creepy, and it was just a really awesome scene. And then of course we have this scene where he doesn't force the guy to give up the house. I like that scene because he's talking about like, I'm terrible at small talk, I'm used to just saying things and having them happen. I like that because he wasn't using his powers, he was just trying to do it, and was like, "Alright, look, I got all this money," which of course he used his powers to get, and I like that scene too. It was kind of interesting. And it's like, you know what, why don't everyone go all in and everybody fold? Oh, I win. So I like that scene. I knew what was going to happen there, so it wasn't like a huge surprise, but I kind of like that scene. And then we have it where he's not using his powers, and he convinces the guy like, "Hey, I have all this drawn up and everything, you just have to be out, by the end of the day tomorrow. And, the money's yours, you just take off." And then we find out that he has this house because it's Jessica's old house. That's the research he had. I'm assuming he just knew that from their time together, the mind control, and just, where'd you live, and this and that and everything. And it was just creepy. Oh, naturally, it was just creepy because it's like he's going through the house, he sees the little support with the markings on it, and peels it away, and it has Jessica's name, and he's just like happy that he's there. And, he's been getting the pictures for a couple of days now. I guess it's been about a week since the last episode, because I think he swiped through maybe like 5 or 6 pictures, so just about a week, like 5. And so he's been getting the pictures from her, and he's super, he's crazy, so he's super happy about that. Now he has her house, and it was just creepy. Like, just every time he does something, there's always a moment where he uses his powers, and it's creepy. And he had a couple of really cool moments in this, and one of the moments, it wasn't creepy when he wasn't using his powers. That I just really enjoyed because it was different, and it seemed like he did that because it was Jessica's house. It was like he wanted to do it without just being like, "Give me this." It's kind of like how he's torturing Jessica, whereas like he could just have her if he went to her house and said whatever, but instead he's toying with her and everything. And I think that's kind of how he went about getting the house. It wasn't like, "I just want this now." It was like, "I want this to last. Like, I want to have these papers drawn up by a lawyer. I want to read over them. I want to give them to this person. I want to offer them all this money and stuff." And I kind of earned the chance to, have this part of Jessica. And in that regard, it does make it a little creepy because, I don't know, he's just like stalking her, and it's really weird. But I like that scene, and I like that kind of played in. He's obviously got a lot of crazy issues, like the whole kidney thing and all that stuff. So it was interesting to watch him do that, because like he could easily just said it, and he was about to, and he still stopped. Like, "All right, you know what? I'm gonna earn this part of Jessica, and I'm gonna give this guy this money, and have them move out." And he does it, and it was just like, man, he really wanted it, but he didn't want to just take it, which he could have. He wanted to make a game out of it, like he's making a game out of everything with Jessica, like getting her pictures now, because, he's like, "All right, I'll let the guy go, but now I get all these pictures." So he had some really good moments. Like I said, the ending, definitely really good. Of course, Luke Cage. Angry Luke Cage was interesting, because I'm like, as soon as he found out, once it was like, oh, this guy was drunk and everything, I was like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to kill this guy, and of course that's exactly what happens. He's on the bus, and he goes and he tosses the guy through, the front window, which I was kind of surprised. He was totally fine, as TV style. He flies through all his glass and he was able to get up. He was really dazed because Jessica was like, get out of here, run. And he's like stumbling left and right. I'm like, yeah, that's not simple. He's not just going to get right up from that after he flew through a window. So I thought that was kind of fun, even though, of course, it wasn't meant to be. But it was a really good scene. And so Luke figures out the truth. And they introduce a very interesting component as well, which is whatever this yellow thumb drive was, it was something that Kilgrave wanted. I don't know what it was. It was, a year and a half ago. So whatever it is, it seems like he hasn't really used it. I mean, he doesn't seem to really do too much. I feel like him winning I think it was like $1.2 million, at the game. I think that's like the biggest thing he's really done as far as control. Like, he's taken over people's homes, but there's been like a couple of days he'll stay at someone's house and he'll of course make them do insane stuff. But he doesn't do it like, oh, give me this whole building, this is my building now, or no one goes on the street for like a week or something crazy like that. He does just like simple stuff like, oh, I'm going with you to dinner, dress up this way or do that or do this. So, him like getting the money is really like the biggest thing he's actually done the whole episode, outside of, the flashbacks where he does actually have Jessica kill someone. So I don't know what to expect from this flash drive, if it has been used, if it hasn't been used, what it is whatsoever. But it's something clearly super important. Like, Luke even had his own little after-death letter from his wife, and it's like, go here and find this random thing. So there's something on this flash drive that's really important, and I just don't know what to even expect from it, because he doesn't seem like the, sort of big global domination type of thing, or even tiny, secret sort of stuff. He just does everyday things. Give me a sandwich. It's really simple stuff. So I don't know what to even remotely expect from this flash drive, and what Luke Cage's wife was even involved in, because it was clearly something crazy. If Kilgrave knew about it, he found out about it and wanted it. He either wants like super simple stuff, or it's like, oh, I just want a hot woman to go out to dinner with, or he wants someone with like superpowers like Jessica, so that he has something extraordinary compared to something else. So I just don't know what to think about this flash drive or where it's going to lead to, but I'm really looking forward to it. So that's exciting and also kind of scary, because if it is something big, it's totally different than anything we've seen him do. So scary, but definitely exciting. So that should be fun. Hope in this episode had a pretty sad storyline where we find out that she's actually pregnant, and of course that was because of Kilgrave raping her, and that was pretty messed up. It was just, I mean, she's obviously had honestly like the worst stuff in the whole series, because she got put in prison after killing her parents, and that's after being forced to do all this stuff, leave her entire life behind, and sleep with this random guy. And then her parents are dead. No one really believes her, so of course she's sentenced to prison. And now she finds out that she's pregnant, and then that leads to a really weird scene where Jerry wants to take the unborn fetus. I don't even know what that could remotely be about. I mean, unless she has some secret powers where she can bring stuff back to life too, and then she tries to create another Kilgrave or something crazy. I honestly don't know. That's all I can really think of, is she knows someone, or she secretly has powers, and that's how that's gonna play out. She's gonna, I don't even know, but somehow put a fetus in her. I don't know. It's gonna be whatever it is. It's crazy and gross. So there's something there, but I really don't know what to expect from it. She also does propose to her girlfriend, who kind of gives her sort of a precursor yes, because basically it was just like, not yet, but after the divorce and everything. So they're going to end up getting married unless some really crazy stuff does happen, because Jessica still hasn't found any of the dirt on Jerry's wife. And I feel like, they're kind of holding off on that. It could easily be simple, but at the same time, especially with what the weird thing they've introduced, which actually might be Jerry's plan, that she'll have like an unborn fetus, and she'll try to use that for the divorce proceedings somehow. I still don't know. I just she has a dead fetus. Weird possibilities are limitless, I guess, at this point. But they could be hiding something really big with Jessica not being able to kind of help Jerry out in this episode. It's like, all right, I'm gonna help you out, but I gotta help a client out who's Luke. So a bit more personal compared to Jerry, who kind of is just like sort of pseudo business partners. But I feel like they might be kind of hiding something that's actually gonna wind up being a really big secret. So looking forward to that. Whether it's a big secret or not, the stuff with Jerry now is just gonna be weird anyway. So even if we find out that her wife has no really big secrets to hide, now there's something weird going on with Jerry with his unborn fetus. So there's still something there, even if they decide to cut off. Like once Jessica goes searching, it's like, look, I found nothing because there is nothing, and then boom, Jerry has a plan B, and it's to do something with it. I really can't even think of how that would work outside of her actually having superpowers, or maybe knowing someone who actually has powers to, I don't know, bring things back to life. It would be really weird. They would have to do a lot of weird stuff with that, because she can't just be like, poof, baby, I got a baby now, and just spring that on someone. So I just don't know what to think about it, but I'm excited for it. Should be pretty interesting. So definitely a fun episode. I'm sure Luke Cage he'll be back around, and they'll kind of work things out a bit. And for now, they're going to separate it once again, because they were already kind of separated because of everything that Jessica knew. So it was too much for her, and so it's like, all right, now they've kind of reconnected in this episode because he had to go to her because he knew that she could get the job done. And now that he knows the truth, I was wondering how he was going to react too. I was wondering if he would put the blame on her or if he would put the blame on Kilgrave, because he knew, earlier in the episode, once he heard all the information, was like, okay, now I know exactly what happened to you, and I know, what Kilgrave really did. And he doesn't attack her, because he easily could have hit her. It could be because he has feelings for her, but I like to think it's because he knows it was never really her fault. She still does sleep with him, and he has a great point about that, and like, it was never planned and it just happened. So as far as that goes, that was all Jessica, of course, but the murder itself, of course, was Kilgrave. So I think that's kind of, you hear the initial thing, it's just like, you're the person that actually killed my wife. You can have any reaction, and I think it's reasonable, but I think he'll kind of, think it over a little bit. He'll still be mad at Jessica, of course, for everything that happened after that, but ultimately it'll be Kilgrave that did it, and he might decide like, hey, what happened between us still makes me a little mad, but obviously none of that stuff would have happened to begin with if Kilgrave hadn't killed my wife or forced you to kill my wife. So I think that's how it's going to play out. I can't say get over it, but he'll understand a lot more, and he'll be calmer about it and just join the team, and then they'll all be going after Kilgrave, which may or may not lead to some disasters, because so far no one in our little quartet right now, which is of course Jessica, Trish, I guess it's 5 people now technically, with their buddy down the hall. I can't remember his name whatsoever, but we have Jessica, we have Trish, now we have Simpson, and of course Luke, and then the guy from down the hall. So out of the 5 of them, 2 have already been corrupted, technically 3 counting Jessica, but at this point in the present, them going after him hasn't resulted in anything disastrous just yet, and I feel like that's imminent. Like, someone is gonna get told to do something, and I don't think it'll be Simpson. I think it'll either be Trish or Luke, and I don't know what they're gonna do with Trish, because she's supposed to be actually a hero from the comics, so I don't know how they're kind of playing around with that idea or anything like that, but she probably won't get hurt, and obviously Luke is gonna have his own show, so I don't know how it's going to play out, but there's going to be someone important that gets taken over. And it could be, Simpson, since he's already been taken over, and they could just do it twice. But no one's really been hit hard too bad. So it's coming up. Like, every time it doesn't happen, every episode it doesn't happen, you're just closer to this big confrontation. And there's still a scene that was in the trailer where Jessica went to the police station, so this could be with Simpson, and all the cops had guns, either on other cops or just random civilians. Everyone had a gun on everyone. And I don't know what episode that takes place in, but I'm assuming it's closer towards the end. But this is definitely a fun episode. The secret has officially been revealed, which obviously changes the dynamic between Jessica and Luke. But things are going to work out for them, I'm sure. But I am looking forward to this next one, as always, because the show is just It's so dark. Like, I thought Daredevil was dark. I've said this a couple of times, but I thought Daredevil was dark for what it did. And this is just like the deepest, darkest dark that there could possibly be. And it's just like people getting tortured and people, having unwanted pregnancies and stuff like that. All sorts of craziness is happening. And I just love it for that. It's a it's very good development for all these characters. And it's just like seeing them deal with such dark themes. It's actually really entertaining in how certain characters just try to get past certain things. Most, pretty much all of it has just been dark solutions to dark, issues, but sometimes you can't just have like a happy, fun solution to a really bad issue. It has to be a dark solution as well. But love the show. Looking forward to the next episode, like I said. Of course, I want to know what you guys thought about it, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, least favorite parts. And of course, I want to know what you guys think is going to happen now that Luke knows the truth. Is he going to just hate Jessica, or is he going to kind of get over it and decide, I'm still mad at you, but we're going to need to team up and we're going to go after Kilgrave. Because now that he knows the truth, there's no way that she could stop him. Because before it was like, I have to do this on my own. And he kind of respected that. But now he knows how personal his stake is in taking out Kilgrave. So he's going to go after him no matter what. But yeah, I want to know if you guys think they're going to team up or if he's just going to be too mad to even bother with that. So please comment below, let me know. And thanks for watching.